Last year, the pandemic caused one of the most disruptive periods in American higher education, forcing many schools to cancel classes, adopt remote learning, and scale down campus activities. But you wouldn't know it from this year's Wall Street Journal Times Higher Education Rankings report. Compared to the 2021 report, there was little change in the top-tier schools.
The best schools in the Wall Street Journal rankings are strong across the board. Harvard is number one because it ranked third in outcomes, resources, and engagement. Its only weakness was environment, where it ranked 134, but that only accounts for 10% of the rank. Stanford was right behind, rankings of third in outcomes, fourth in resources, and 60 in engagement. Yale and Princeton tied for the best outcomes, and the California Institute of Technology had the most resources.
The rankings are based on 15 factors across 4 main categories, including student outcomes, academic resources, student engagement, and the learning environment. With so little change in the top schools, what can we learn from this year's report about the state of higher education amid the pandemic?
I think the takeaway from this year's report, and it really does stand across all of the reports we've done, is that money matters in higher education. It takes generations to build up the kind of resources that can insulate universities from the kind of troubles that we've seen over the last couple of years with COVID and all the costs that's taken into place. That disruption has hurt schools lower down that have less money, that are tuition dependent, but they're much less likely to have any kind of significant impact on a school with an endowment over $10 billion.
The report also measures the best value among the top 250 schools.
The way the rankings do that is by dividing each institution's overall score by its net price, by what students are actually paying. And by this measure, the number one school is the City College of New York, the flagship of the public city universities, the CUNY systems. The runner-up is another CUNY school, Bernard N. Baruch College, followed by Berea College, which is a private liberal arts school in Kentucky that doesn't charge tuition.
Only 2 of the schools ranked in the top 10 for best value are private universities, Berea and Stanford University. Value aside, private universities dominate the rankings.
It's not until number 24 on our list that you reach the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor. That's the first public school. Following that, you get the University of California, Los Angeles at 27. So the wealthiest private schools in the country are where the concentration of the best schools are right now.
The rankings reflect a growing gap in price between public and private institutions.
It costs a lot of money to educate a college student. In a lot of cases, the tuition does not begin to cover the actual cost of educating a student. So if a school can draw on an endowment to help help support the academic spend and the different opportunities that a student has, then that is going to it's going to help out the rankings, it's going to help out the education.
A subset of the rankings focuses on school environment.
These rankings are led by La Sierra University, which is a small Seventh-day Adventist school in Riverside, California. About half of La Sierra's undergraduates receive Pell Grants. Rutgers University in New Jersey comes in second in the environment ranking, followed by the Cal State University of Northridge, Irvine, San Francisco. They all tied for third.
The Wall Street Journal's report uses a different ranking system compared to other rankings reports like U.S. News' Best Colleges.
Our methodology looks more closely at outcomes. What a lot of the other rankings do is they look at the inputs. So how many kids are coming in who are valedictorians? How high are the SAT scores? What were the class rank of the incoming class? But journal readers, I think, want to know how well the education is going to serve them and what the outputs are going to be. Where will that student be after graduation?
College rankings are meant to serve as a starting point for families considering their options. But the relative ranking of any school shouldn't be the final word on whether it's right for every applicant.